Hello everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel Survival of the Fittest. Today we are going to discuss about some most important questions from ecology. These questions are asked in MPPSC Assistant Professor Zoology, which is recently held in 2025. So let's get started. First question is, species that anchor many species with itself in the food chain and food pyramid is called. Which species is anchor many species with itself? So here first is endemic species, endangered species, keystone species, and vulnerable species. Let's discuss one by one. Endemic species which are restricted to a particular area and found nowhere else. These species are called endemic species. Endangered species which are listed as IUCN red list. These species faces very high risk of extinction in near future. Like some example of endangered species like Asian elephant and snow leopard. Keystone species, which is most important species in any ecosystem and community, those present and role within an ecosystem has a disproportionate effect on other organisms within the system, and it is very important because if these keystone species are removed, that can cause the collapse and dramatic change of the entire ecosystem. So this is very important species. That's why it is the correct answer, because species that anchor many species are related with this species with through the food chain or via food pyramid. This is the food pyramid, and producers like here this level to this level there is lots of species are involved, and this species which is present in topmost trophic level, this is very important for regulating entire food chain, and this is related with the keystone species. If we give some example of keystone species, there is sea otter, as we already did this in the HPSC paper also. So sea otter maintain the population of sea urchin in kelp forest, and as we all know that lion maintain all these trophic levels. So option number C is the correct here. Vulnerable is also listed in IUCN, but it is one step safer than endangered species, and it is also facing high risk of extinction in medium term future. Endangered is species which is facing high risk at near future, but it is long term future. So this option number C is the correct for this question. In the next question, the areas that are rich in species diversity are known as. Which area is rich in species diversity? We all know that hotspots, which is called as species diversity rich area, but it is also facing the high risk of extinction. So if this area is rich in biodiversity but also under the threat from the human activities, and this hotspot term is given by the Norman Mayer, and there is some criteria about qualifying as a hotspot area, uh, which must have at least 1500 vascular plants. So it must have 1500 vascular plant species, and at least 70% of the species are lost from its original habitat. So this is the criteria about hotspots. There are 4 types of hotspots in India, which is Eastern Himalaya, Western Ghat, Indo-Burma, and Sundaland. Here only Nicobar Island is included. Not Andaman is included. Not Andaman, only Nicobar Island is included in this. And these are four major hotspots of India out of 34 hotspots in the world. If we talk about biosphere reserve, this is large area designated as conserved ecosystem and biodiversity, including human beings. So in this community, they live sustainably with the human beings. So this area is divided into three regions. First, there is three major regions in this area. First is core zone, second is buffer zone. This is core region. This buffer. Another is transition zone. According to human activity, in the core region, there is no activities is allowed in core region. In buffer region, there is some activities are allowed. In transition zone, there is human population is also lived in the biosphere reserve because it is a very large designated area where some tribal population is lives with sustainably. And if we talk about national park, if we give the example of biosphere reserve, there is Nanda Devi Biosphere Reserve and Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve and Sundarban. These are the example of biosphere reserve. If we talk about national park, also protected area designated as conservation of wildlife and natural environment, and no human activities is generally allowed in the national park except some tourism and research. If we talk about the example of national park, there is Kaziranga National Park and Ranthambore in our Rajasthan. There is Ranthambore, Sariska and Mukundra Hills. These are the national park. There's another also which is Desert National Park. So these are some national park of Rajasthan, and Kaziranga is present in the Kaziranga is situated in the Assam. If we talk about wildlife sanctuaries, these are small area as compared to national park, and it is mainly protection of animals which are facing threat of hunting and habitat destruction. So this is mainly for some animals. There are some limited human activities may be permitted, but human activities are generally not allowed in this region. And if we talk about the example of wildlife sanctuaries, there is Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary and Sitamata Sanctuary. These are some example of wildlife sanctuaries. So option number C is the correct for this question, because in the hotspot there are lots of species diversity are present. Diversity species, what does mean about species diversity? Species diversity means here lots of different type of species are present. In the next question, the unit of living organisms interacting with their non-living environment in an orderly, self-sufficient manner is known as. So here, living organism, that is biotic factor, which include producers and consumers, interact with abiotic non-living environment, which is abiotic, like soil, air, and water. These are this orderly, self-sufficient manner and self-sustainable. This is the definition of ecological system or ecosystem, where include aquatic ecosystem and forest ecosystem and terrestrial ecosystem. If we talk about ecotone, this is the transition zone between two ecosystems, where lots of species are lives and species diversity is rich. That's why it is also called as effect. And if we talk about territory, this is the geographical area where any species defends from its own species. So this is the particular short geographical area, not a whole system level. And niche is the functional position of system. This is the area where species play its functional role and position of a species is in an ecosystem. This is the area where how organism live, not where it lives. So it includes habitat, its food habits, also activity patterns or interaction with other species. So this is about niche. Option number B is correct for this question. In this question, the biogeochemical cycle are heavily influenced by this ecosystem. So which ecosystem heavily influenced by biogeochemical cycles? So here, semi-arid and non-seasonal nature of desert ecosystem, arid and seasonal nature of desert ecosystem, tropical and seasonal nature of desert ecosystem, subtropical and non-seasonal nature of desert ecosystem. So we all know that desert ecosystem is very arid region where precipitation is very low and there is some season where temperature variations are occur. There are lots of seasons. Arid means it is a very dry region and very low rainfall and very low precipitation. So it is directly affect the ecosystem. That's why this option is correct. Why not semi-arid? Because in this region, not the seasonal variations are more frequent. As tropical rainforest, there is in tropical ecosystem there is like rainforest. There is not its nature of desert, and subtropical there is also not that type of fluctuation are occur which occur in the arid or seasonal nature of desert ecosystem. That's why this option is the most appropriate for this question. In this question, the National River Conservation Plan was launched in which year? So this is NRCP, National River Conservation Plan, is launched in the 1995 for protecting the rivers from pollution load and also improve the quality of water. It is the continuation. It was the continuation of Ganga Action Plan, which was. It is the continuation of Ganga Action Plan, which was started in 1985. In National River Conservation Plan, there are other rivers are also included like Yamuna, Gomti. So this is started in the 1995. This is in this question, population ecology is the study of. So in this paper, there are lots of factual questions are there, and these questions are directly asked the definition and year as well as a name of the scientist. So here, what is the definition of population ecology? Individual of same species where the processes such as aggregation, interdependency between the community and factor governing the process are highlighted. Next is individual of different species, not different species, because different species are eliminated. If we talk about the hierarchy of ecology, there is first is the organism, which is individual, and after that individuals which live in the same geographical area. Different type of individuals live in the same type of geographical area of same species. This is called population. And if different type of population are interacted, means different species are interacted, it is called community. And if different type of community are interacted with each other like competition and predation, this is called ecosystem. In this system, there is abiotic factor are also included, biotic and abiotic factors. So different species are eliminated. In this option, individual of same species where the processes such as aggregation, interdependency between individual and factor governing the process are highlighted. It is more appropriate because here between the community is different thing. Community is the interaction between populations, not in only populations. So interaction between individuals or organisms, which is called population. So option number C is the correct for this question. In this question, when the pre-reproductive and reproductive age groups become more or less equal in size and the post-reproductive group remains the smallest, then these result in. So this question is about age pyramid. Age pyramid is also called population pyramids. It represent the age structure which is pre-reproductive, post-reproductive, and between these there is a reproductive. In this, only young ones are there. In reproductive phase, there is adults, and in post-reproductive, older ones are included. So here, pre-reproductive and reproductive are become more or less equal in size. So here, three types of age pyramids are there. First is triangular shape. In this, young population is larger than young population, or pre-reproductive population is very high than reproductive and post-reproductive phase. So this is broad base. This is also known as broad base pyramid, and here the growth is very high. So birth rate is very high in this pyramid. Second one is the bell-shaped curve. In this, pre-reproductive and reproductive age groups are more or less equal in size. So here, pre-reproductive and reproductive both are equally. Here we can see it, and older population somehow lesser. And another, it is urn-shaped, where older population is very high and pre-reproductive and reproductive phase is very low. Here, this is the declining condition of population, and here death rate is very high. That is high than the birth rate, and here death rate is equal to birth rate. So here, this is the bell-shaped structure and stable population, because here we can say there is young population and reproductive population are more or less equally. So this is stable condition. In this condition, there is declining condition. This is the decline condition, and this is the growing condition. So option number first is the most appropriate for this question. Next question is, who proposed the term biotic potential to designate maximum reproductive power? So this term biotic potential is proposed by Chapman in 1928. So biotic potential is the potential of, it is the inherent capacity of an organism or species to reproduce and survive within given unlimited resources and ideal condition. So this is the biotic potential, where maximum reproductive capacity of organisms in an ideal condition. This is given by Chapman. If we talk about Warhol, this scientist give the logistic curve of population, which is S-shaped curve, which show in the population ecology, and Graham not That's why Chapman is the correct answer for this question. In the next question, the term density dependence with reference to population dynamics was coined by. So here lots of direct questions are asked in this paper. These are factual questions, which is very important for your upcoming exam. Here the density dependence term is coined by the H.S. Smith. So this is related with what is mean by density dependence. If population density is increases, it is depend on the risk factors like if population density is very increased, and it's affected by lots of factors such as there is competition between species, competition for food and space, there is spreading of disease and parasitism, and also predation. So this is all the factors which affect the density of the population. And if we talk about L.R. Clark, it is related with applied entomology, not for density dependence and population dynamics. We already talked about what that is related with logistic growth population curve, and Arthur and Wilson is related with life history strategies like R and species. It is proposed this phenomena. So option number C is the correct answer. Next question, a technology root zone process for control of water pollution was developed by. So root zone process is an eco-friendly wastewater treatment developed by Thermex, which is this is an Indian engineering company, and this process basically it is biological and it is a natural and biological treatment method for wastewater, and here these are using wetland plants treating wastewater. So these plants containing some microbes, so these microbes break down organic pollutants, and there is no any chemicals and heavy machineries are used, so it is a very low cost, low maintenance, and a very sustainable method for water pollution control. And based on this phytoremediation and microbial action, there is treatment of domestic and industrial wastewater. It is often used in the eco parks and resorts, as well as in small industries and housing societies. It is very environmentally friendly and low energy consumption system. If we talk about Eureka Forts and Aquapure and Aquaguard, these are water purifying systems, not the wastewater treatment technology. So option number second is the correct answer for this question. In this question, the World Summit on Sustainable Development was held in. So WSSD, World Summit on Sustainable Development, was held in Johannesburg, South Africa in 2002. So option number third is the correct answer. We all know that in Rio de Janeiro, there is in 1992, UN said this is the Earth Summit. 1990, this is related with sustainable development, and it is started for lots of it is started with lots of agenda like poverty eradications and clean water, sanitation, energy, biodiversity, and climate change. This is mainly focused on that. And Kyoto Protocol is related with climate change and global warming. So this is held in 1997 in Kyoto, Japan. And in Sydney, there is no any global summit is occur. So there, Johannesburg, South Africa, here it is also known as Rio plus 10 summit, because Rio plus 10 summit because it took place after 10 years of Rio de Janeiro. That's why it is also called Rio 10 plus summit. It is for to reaffirm to commitment for sustainable development and also evaluate the progress since Rio summit in 1992. So this is about World Summit on Sustainable Development. Option number C is the correct. This is the last question of ecology in this paper. So in this question, the greatest industrial disaster leading to serious air pollution took place in Bhopal on. So this is very greatest and very serious industrial disaster which is happened in, it is worst industrial disaster till date, and there is more than 15,000 plus people immediately, and more than 5 lakh people are injured and harmed very neurological and reproductively, and still face lots of problems, and there is lots of environmental damage are there. So this is very great industrial disaster in the history of disasters. So here this is happened in the 2nd December 1984. In the night of this methyl isocyanate leaked, which is very toxic gas, and it is leaked from the pesticide plant. Here option number A is the correct answer. So these all are the questions from ecology. I hope this video will help you, and if you like this information, please hit the like button and also share this video with your friends, and subscribe to this channel for more updates.